Alright, so let's now get through another 6-race event, as we are now doing the 400 brake horsepower plus tournament, and where if we can win this overall, we will win the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish. Can you handle 400 horsepower? Prove it in this big horsepower tournament against 7 opponents. Race distance is 2 laps and there are 6 races. Place second or better to unlock events 24, 25 and 26. Finish first to also unlock the Aston Martin V12 Vanquish. Ooh, interesting. Anyways, so this will be the car that we unlock if we can place first in the tournament overall. We don't have to win all the races, we just need to be the most consistent. And since I used the Aston Martin more recently in a point-to-point series that's over in the Ultimate Racer tree, I'm now going to use the BMW Z8 because I figure this car may need some love as well. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the BMW Z8. And we are preparing for another 6-race tournament. There will probably be either 2 or 3 laps around each of the circuits we're going to. So, same description again, and yep, it is a 6-race championship, and our competition is 2 Aston Martins, 4 BMWs if you include myself, and 2 Ferraris, as Alexis and Liv are on the front row. Alright, let's begin here at Ancient Ruins. In my black BMW Z8. Because this is a car I've not used for a while in this game. So, already moved up a position and seeming to do very well at the moment, or not so well I should say, because I'm now in last, but I'd imagine things will get easier as we go along. I will be able to catch up as I now move up into 6th, and I also get a top speed bonus as well, which is, okay, top speed at the end of that straight was 161. I don't think that shortcut is going to help him very much. The road is the better route to take if you're looking for track position, as I now move up yet another position. Now up into 3rd, and I've just got 2 Aston Martins ahead of me, and hopefully if it's possible this time, Liv might actually be able to score some points, because she is driving one of the best cars in this series. Maybe if it's possible this time, Liv might finally be able to break through and get some points on the board. As I said before, she's kind of like J-Dod. She's kind of like the female racer Jade Edwards in the BTCC. I mean, we know she's good, and she's definitely got the raw talent to prove she can score points, but she's just not had the luck to do it. Okay, that was clearly intentional. I have no doubts in saying you clearly wanted to wreck me there. I'm honestly amazed to say that did not break my toe link in the suspension. Well, anyway. And going straight onto the... That went a lot less terrible than I thought it was going to. And I gain absolutely no time whatsoever. Is this going to be the part of the game where Liv is actually running good for once? Well, personally, I would hope so, but I still want to try and win the series overall. As my throat at the moment is having a very hard time of keeping itself in the correct spot. Fuck you. I'm not moving over for you because you will not learn from it. If I do. Yeah, something tells me I don't think I'm going to beat Liv in this first race. Well, I guess the best way to prove you can score points is by beating the best. And at the moment she does seem to have the best car in the field. And it looks like my top speed is going to stay at 161. Well, might as well follow her this time, if she has gained some time from using that jump. She's running pretty good at the moment. I don't think I'm going to catch her. At least in the first race. Unless she makes a very critical error. I don't think I'm catching her. There's just something about that Aston Martin that just seems to be running better than the rest of us. Oh, she's in a tree. She's in a tree. She definitely just clipped a tree. This might be my best shot to take the lead now. If I do have any shots at all of taking the lead. And I do now manage to take the lead. In an unexpected turn of events. I hope she's not going to drop to the back now, because I would like her to be successful. Oh, and she's trying to retake the lead away from me. Couldn't really avoid her there. It's going to be very close over who wins this race. I'm hoping it'll be me, but again, I would like to see Liv win for once, if she really is in good equipment. Dom at the moment currently seems to be running in second. I'm not opting to take the boardwalk this time around. And he's trying to take the lead away from me. Give him a little nudge there, put him in the wall. Wasn't too intentional, it was just me wanting to rub his fenders just a little bit. Liv is now back up into second, and doesn't look like she's going to get me. And there we go.
You place first.
Race 1 has been won by me and my black BMW. You know, I gotta give some applause to Liv. And I am actually doing this physically because she actually scored points. Well, better late than never, girlie. I honestly thought for sure she was never going to score points. Huh. And it was Alexis who had the fastest overall time with a mind-boggling 189 miles an hour. So those are your points so far. I win race 1 over Liv and Mika. Oh, okay. Must have been Mika in that Ferrari then.
You're the tournament leader.
And I get the early jump on Liv and Mika. Dom is 4th, followed by Ashley and Wayne. Juan and Alexis are both still yet to score points. Still plenty of time for them to do it though. I'd also imagine there's going to be plenty of inconsistency among the AI. But anyway, let's move on. 1 race is down, and we still have 5 races to go. Just sipping my water. And we are at Four Winds once again, as we start on this wooden bridge. This wooden and, I would personally think, aging bridge. It almost feels like we're starting on top of the Mississippi River. But anyway. I'd imagine this is probably going to be pretty close. I'll also be amazed if I do manage to get the clean sweep. You know what? I'm just not going to say anything right now. Because I am very pissed off knowing about how that race ended on my previous run. I'm just not going to say anything for at least a minute whilst I try and collect my thoughts over everything that just happened in those last 15 seconds. Okay, so after having at least a minute of silence, just thinking to myself about what the fucking hell just happened in the last 15 seconds of that previous attempt. Basically, I got wrecked. Someone, I'm not going to say who it was, thought it was a good idea to just run me straight into the trees. And as a result, well, whoever the driver was, he or she fucked me. And basically, whilst I would have been fine with finishing second, I just had to get totally destroyed. As in, my shit just became totally tore up, and considering my car felt like it was damaged beyond repair, I just decided, okay, you know what, there's no way this is fucking fixable. And because of all that, I just figured it was easier for me to restart. Because, believe it or not, it is possible to restart tournament races in this game, which I'm pretty sure was one thing you couldn't do in the previous games. You basically just had to go along with the races as they were, and unless you were restarting the whole series entirely, then well, it was basically your only way of making sure my throat is having a very hard time of trying to stay in one place at the moment. Might be because of the dehydration. But anyway. Oh, where the hell is Liv? Where did she pop off to? I've got no idea where she's running now, but... well, at least I know she's actually scored some points. I had a feeling it would happen eventually if she just had the right car to do it. She would be there to get some points on the board. Because I would say so far she's probably had the levels of luck that I personally think Jade Edwards in the BTCC has had when it comes to the cars that she drives. I mean, she can drive. There's no doubt in saying she is easily a talented race car driver, but the one thing that just needs to happen for her is luck. And that's the one thing she doesn't seem to have a lot of at the moment, because even when it comes to opportunities where she is running in the points, she just never has enough luck to prove that she can score points. And I am hopeful in saying that in 2024 she can manage to score some points, because I definitely think she's a better driver than a lot of British racing analysts think she is. I mean, that's basically part of every sport. You always know that one of the circumstances is always going to be just a little bit of luck. And hopefully, if it's possible sooner or later, she will manage to get the points she rightfully deserves, is what I think. I think I just hit a top speed there of 156. Oh, fuck you. Haha, eat shit. I stay ahead. But yeah, point is, I think Jade Edwards, as a driver, she is enormously talented, and she will get some points on the board eventually. It's just a matter of when she does it. And knowing, of course, if it's not going to be the circumstances or the equipment she has that lets her down. That used to happen a lot in racing, by the way.
The winner!
Where with hugely talented drivers, the car was more likely to break than to finish. And Liv basically dropped back to where she normally finishes. At the back with basically zilch. So, winning by... oh, we had a 5-way tie for the highest average speed. And I also had the highest top speed with 156. So won by a quarter of a second over Mika, Ashley third, followed by Dom. So a double podium for the BMWs. Alexis was fifth in the first of the two Aston Martins. Liv, who finished second in the first race, finished 7th in this race. How very suddenly things can change. Wayne, by the way, was 6th, and it was Juan who finished in last.
You're the tournament leader!
I am also the tournament leader. And I have a 10-point advantage over Mika, so... could this be where I go on another winning spree? We shall wait and see. Because one advantage I do have is consistency. Because even on the races where I don't win, I do manage to finish consistently higher than my competition. And we are now at Calypso Coast 2. Just getting another sip of water from my bottle, because I know that's needed. 2 racers are down, although I did have to restart the second race in order to get some better results. Liv has now suddenly rocketed herself up into the lead, and just like that, the field basically chews me up and then spits me out. How unsurprising. I could hardly see anything in that dust. As in, I could just literally see nothing through there. Well, anyway. Cutting through the trees, in the grass, and moving back up into 6th position as a result. So it does prove the shortcut works. And unable to take the boardwalk because of that Ferrari. Also lifting off as I go over these bumps in the road. And best position I can manage at the moment is 6th. Pretty sure I can go higher than this. If that's at all possible. Just need to find the space to do it, and I very clearly got boxed on the outside there. There was no way I was going to avoid that. Well, anyway. On the bridge, getting some air points, and also spinning out my doppelganger BMW. Couldn't tell who the driver was, but either way, I spun him out because he wasn't prepared to move. And just like that, I'm now back up into 3rd position. And I'm so glad I avoided those... stone poles. At least I think those are poles. I don't know what those things are called. So I just refer to them as poles because that's what they look mostly like. They could also be posts, but anyway. That's by the by. Oh, I got top speed points as well. Oh, fuck my ass. Yeah, there's no way I'm winning this race, by the way. That's just totally out of the books now. Because that's just how mediocre this race has been. I don't think I'm going to be contending for the lead anymore. I'll be amazed if I do manage to get back into contention. I'll definitely need some luck if I'm going to get back into the fight for this thing. That did not work very well. Anyways, just trying not to rack myself as I'm bouncing up and down on the boardwalk, getting some more air points. Can I at least manage to finish this race in 3rd? Because that would be nice if I could finish at least in 3rd to prove that my consistency is there. And oh shit. Shit. Okay. That could have been a lot worse than it actually was. So glad to say that was a lot less worse than I thought it was going to be. Okay, anyways. Running 4th, looking for 3rd as I'm getting loose and trying to see if I can take 3rd position for good. Looks like that is going to happen. I don't think I'm catching Liv at this point, but I might be able to finish in 2nd. Doesn't look like that's happening either. So my best option from here is to hold on to third. So that's probably my best choice. But anyway, just trying to hold on to my track position. Liv will win the third race in her Aston Martin, Mika second.
You placed third.
And still pretty good considering everything that went on during that race. I was honestly glad to say I got the podium. I just could not catch Liv or Mika even if I really wanted to. It just wasn't happening, Chief. They were just literally that much faster than me. Even though I did have the joint highest average speed. As well as the highest overall speed, but still, I couldn't catch him even if I wanted to.
You're the tournament leader.
So, still got an 8-point advantage. We also have a tie for second between both Mika and Liv. And Dom completes the top 4. Everyone does have points on the board at least. And we've also got a 3-way tie for 6th. I'd imagine that'll be resolved soon enough. But anyways. Three races are down, still 3 races to go. As we now go to Palm City Island. We've got some duels to resolve here, as well as some ties. As I'm just sipping my water again because, well, I need it. And yet again, nobody follows me for the short shoot. They honestly do not seem to realise just how much of a time gain they get just from taking the high line. They just don't seem to be doing that for some reason. When the AI is basically synonymous with taking shortcuts, that seems to be the one shortcut that they're not seeming to be aware of. As in, they just don't seem to be cognizant of that one short shoot in those roads. Although it probably doesn't matter because, well, can I please stop having head-on impacts in bad places? This is starting to become a trend, by the way, and I don't like where it's going. Can I please stop? Can I please stop having hits at bad angles? Because you might just have to consider putting me on the casualty list if it continues like this. In the game, I mean, but not in real life. Because it certainly feels like I'm becoming part of that casualty list. I'm also pretty sure this is not going to be the car to use. Fuck you. Yeah, that's payback, you bitch. I can offer retaliation as well, you know. Don't think you're the only ones who can wreck me and then just get away with it. Because I will wreck you back. If your intentions are so obvious, then that's literally what I'll be prepared to do. Yeah, that's just my perfect example of getting payback on the AI. It's basically the only way you know they'll respond to you because, well, if they wreck you, then you've basically got to wreck them. And do whatever it takes to make sure that you get your position back. At least that's my understanding of it. But either way, my 2 wins early on did help me get an early cushion. That interval now, by the way, is only 8 points, as both Liv and Mika were tied for second. Whoever wins this race or finishes second will officially be the one that takes over second place. At the moment it's looking to be Liv over Mika, but I'd imagine Mika is probably going to be closing in at some point. As I step on the brakes and... son of a bitch. She actually took the short shoot this time. For once, someone actually followed me in the right direction. Although it doesn't matter to her because I still take the lead away from her. And 2 other guys following us as well. Looks like Mika has now dropped back from where she started. I have no doubt in saying the pack will close up to us again. It's almost like an accordion effect when it comes to the rubber banding. And she chose not to lift. Oh yeah, I should also mention, those are water barrels in the middle of the road, presumably to lessen the impact, although I haven't seen any water come out of them, if you're asking me personally. But still, it's okay because I do have an advantage over both Liv and Mika. I'm going to assume Mika must have moved. That was a total fail. Fuck my ass. And now I'm suddenly in last. Because... fuck you. You are not wrecking me that time. I'm not falling for the same mistake again, god damn it. I am mad at myself now. In other words, I'm incensed with myself, knowing that it was literally my incompetence that just had to give away what should have been an easy dub. And now it looks as though my point lead is going to dwindle even further, unless I can somehow get back on the podium. Fuck off. Yeah, I can literally do this crazy shit. Hey, I can literally do this crazy shit and not give a rip. Can you? And yep, my car is now smoking. Well, at least I can say mechanical failures don't happen in this game, because I would hate to think what would happen if I did have a mechanical failure at this stage. Especially considering how very hard I'm having to push at the moment, just to somehow hold on to third. Even though I'm trying to get second. Okay, I'm back up to second. That's probably the best I can hope for now. Liv is going to score another victory, but can I get second?
You place second.
Fucking hell. Did not think I was actually going to come back to finish in second. Jesus Christ.
You're the tournament leader.
Well, at least we know there's stability again. Okay, so I've now got a 4-point advantage over Liv. Mika still holds on to 3rd, and Dom is in 4th, and those are the rest of your points. Okay, so looks like the most points I can score from here is probably 50, but I think I only need just one more win, and then if I can finish 2nd in the last race, or 3rd, then I should be good enough to put this one under the wraps. Alright, Alpine Trail. Got a 4-point advantage over Liv. Hopefully I can extend on that advantage. I know you've been seeing me sip a lot of water here. If you've heard any background sounds in coming into the microphone, it's basically me just sipping my bottle of water because I'm trying to stay hydrated. I reckon if I can get one more win at this stage then, and if I can manage to finish high enough in the final race, then I should be good. I know that both myself and Liv are tied for wins, but I know that Liv has been doing better than me in these last 2 races, but if I can score one more win and then finish high enough in the final race, then that should pretty much be my ticket towards holding on for another series title. Using a little bit of engine braking there for the hairpin. I can definitely say Liv has been giving me a serious challenge here in this series. Of course, I've been more consistent than Liv has, and that's why I still lead, because consistency is the key to winning. And I just completely missed a shortcut I clearly need to take. Again, I missed a very obvious shortcut, which I should probably know where. A shortcut which I should probably know is there now, but for one reason or another my brain just seems to keep saying nope, for whatever reason. And I sometimes wish it wasn't doing that. Yeah, something tells me that Aston Martin is clearly faster than my black BMW. But I know she's not invincible because she did finish 7th in race 2, and I did score 2 wins at that point, which did help me in terms of getting an early advantage. And I was honestly glad to say that I did win those 2 races, because if I didn't, then I would have to contend with someone who's actually ahead of me. But hopefully that doesn't turn out to be the case. Okay, so I'm really going to have to nail this second lap if I'm going to win this race. There is absolutely no question about that. I've just got to absolutely nail it. And if there's any shortcuts I see, I just take them. And just basically throw up any bonsai moves I can physically throw at Liv. In other words, I've literally just got to race my fucking heart out just to somehow pull this off, and to make sure I absolutely do not miss that extremely essential shortcut that will decide the difference between victory and defeat. I could have also shot through those rocks there, but I wasn't buying it. Well, anyway. Okay. Just gotta make sure I hit every single mark I can hit if I'm going to pull this off. Okay, not missing the shortcut this time. Did not think I was going to be within the shortcut lines, but it doesn't matter because I took whatever lines were there and also downshifted to third for a moment there so I didn't overshoot the corner, heading through this spiral and now under the bridge. Liv is now right on my ass once again, but it's okay because I took the shortcut I needed to take, and hopefully, if it's possible from here, I won't choke any further than I already have choked. At least in this race, that is. Can I hold on for the win, please? Can I please get one more win on the board? Okay, I've got an interval now to live. No doubt in saying that is going to decrease, but point is, I'm leading, and I'm gonna win race 3.
You place first!
Well, take win number 3 in the tournament. Alrighty, so I beat Liv to the flag by just under 2 seconds. Wayne finished third in the first of the 2 Ferraris. Alexis rounds out the top 4, and Mika finished 5th in that race in the second Ferrari, and at the back we had the 3 BMWs. And Alexis had the top speed once again of 188. Meanwhile, Mika was the fastest Ferrari regarding top speed with a speed of 176.
You're the tournament leader!
Alright, so an 8-point advantage over Liv. Basically, I just need to finish in 4th or better in order to clinch the cup. But I do want to get another podium finish, of course. Everyone else is out of it, so it's just between myself and Mika. If I can finish in 4th or better, then the cup is mine. Or if it comes down to a tiebreaker, I'll still technically be the champion anyway because I was more consistent. Something tells me that 7th placed finish Liv had in race 2 could be the deciding factor for this race. Anyways, we are now at Island Outskirts for our final race of the 400 brake horsepower plus tournament. 8 points to the good. Hopefully this will be where I win the thing. I also didn't think the BMW was actually going to do what it's already done here. I honestly did not think the BMW Z8 was actually going to be a contender for cars like the Vanquish and the Ferrari, considering the significant top speed advantages they have. I've somehow managed to be consistent enough to get the podiums whenever I haven't won races, and then wherever I have won races, I've managed to do it in very convincing fashion. And Liv there gives me a bump It's only been myself and her who have won races in this tournament so far. It's definitely been a hotly contested battle, but literally had to step on the brakes there because she was right in front of me. I also would have wrecked both of us had I not stepped on the brakes. Didn't want that to happen. As long as I can finish in 4th or better, then this match is mine, basically. And Dom is now leading in his BMW. Oh, shit, yep. I had to back out of that. There was no way I was not gonna stay in the throttle without basically crashing both of us. And still keeping myself in contention for the race lead. I can definitely say Liv is easily a changed opponent compared to where she was when we saw her in the early stages of this game, where she was always running in last or just not running in the points. She's definitely had the superior car basically throughout this tournament, but yet because I've been that bit more consistent, it's part of the reason why I have an 8-point advantage over her, and also why the lines I take are proving to be more beneficial. Anyways, back to the start-finish line, and 1 lap to go in the 400 brake horsepower plus tournament, sponsored by Credit One Bank. And oh fuck me. What the fuck was she doing? How the hell did she think that was gonna work when it clearly wasn't? There was just no way that was gonna work for either of us. Did you literally have to be the dumb bitch or something? Or did you just do that to be dumb? I would assume she just did that to be dumb. But it doesn't matter now because I'm ahead of her. I of course have more experience in these affairs. I know what it is I need to do in order to win. If we end up finishing this on a tiebreaker, then I'm pretty sure at the end of the day I'll still win the championship anyway, because I had more podiums than she did. Am I gonna score 4 races out of 6? I sincerely hope so. Although then again, Mika has been running good, so I actually wouldn't mind losing to her in all honesty. I mean, as long as Liv is still behind me, then that's the only thing I really need to worry about. I don't think I really need to worry about winning at this stage. Just holding on to my position. I think I'm going to opt to take the bottom line this time on the roads, if that's where Mika goes. And yep, she does. And yep, he just runs himself straight into the wall. Well, anyway. I might just let Mika waltz away with this one, if I'm considerate enough. Just because I know what it is I need to do. I'm already I'm already leading the championship as a result of my consistency. I'll let Mika win this one, and all three manufacturers have won a race, by the way.
You place second.
I think if there was anyone who I would willingly finish second to...
Well done. You have just won the 400 brake horsepower plus tournament.
Oh, what do you know? I was right. The BHP did stand for brake horsepower, which is what I thought it did.
You've unlocked the Aston Martin Vanquish.
Yes, finally, after 30 plus episodes. Alright, so Mika won that race in the end by 0.3 of a second over myself. If there was anyone who I would happily lose this race to, Mika was definitely the one to do it. And personally, I'm actually proud of her winning this race, because she did deserve it. Anyways, Dom finished third in the second BMW Z8 behind me. Then it was the two Aston Martins, Liv finishing ahead of Alexis. Wayne was sixth in the second Ferrari, and in last we had Ashley and Juan in the other two BMWs.
Congratulations! You placed first.
And I won the 400 brake horsepower plus tournament by 11 points over Liv, who finished fourth in that race. So I win by over a race win ahead of Liv as a result of my consistency. Mika finished third as a result of her win, certifying it further, and also being double the points ahead of Dom, who scored 16 points. Alexis finished in fifth with 10 points, and we had a tie for sixth between both Wayne and Ashley. And at the bottom of the pack was Juan in the fourth BMW Z8. Also, I should mention, all drivers have scored points. At least 1 point, by the way.
You've got a top time for this track.
That was pretty crazy. But
You've got a top time for this track.
I'm glad to say I got the wins when I needed to get the wins. Oh, and I've also just passed an hour in terms of recording this. Although then again, I did have to restart the second race because, well, whatever happened in that second race, I was just not willing to accept it. It would have literally been a gut punch of humiliation if I would have chosen to accept that. But either way, I just needed to finish ahead of Liv to secure the cup, and that's all I care about. Sometimes it goes to show, points-wise, you don't always need to win in order to score the title. You just need to be more consistent to score the title, and score the wins when they count the most. And that's basically what I did. And yes, I am recording my replay now, because I didn't get one earlier on. Still, as I said before, if there was anyone I was going to lose a race to in this championship, or tournament, then Mika, I think, was definitely one of the best people for me to lose to. Because I just relied on consistency, and knowing that my consistency was that much better than the AI's. Although I did have to work for it. Okay, just going to record this a little bit longer. I reckon 2 minutes of footage will probably do it for me. little bit longer. Okay, I'm done. Got 2 minutes and 10 seconds worth of footage there, and almost a full lap of Island Outskirts. Probably don't need to see the rest of the lap, and yes, I will now save the game. Honestly, very glad to say that it was my consistency that won this event. Still, I gotta admit, it was pretty hard for me to get those 3 wins. There's no doubt about that. Anyways, so, our next event will be the convertible cruise race. But before then, however, let's now check out our new car, once I find it. Ah, here it is. Oh, no, that's not the one. Where is it? Here it is. The car that we unlock from winning the 400 brake horsepower plus tournament. On points. Not bad, not bad. And these are all the colours. Yeah, you get the idea. Okay, anyways. So, the convertible cruise race will be our next event. Stay tuned for more of Hot Pursuit.